Hi guys, my name is Favour and welcome to my channel. It's been a while, it's been ages. I was it a plan to stay away this long, but I've always been someone that is intentional about my content or what I put out. So um, I would not do a video if I don't have anything profitable to say. I would just listen, or what I recently do, share other people's content that inspire me. And I just felt like it's been a while, and let me say, I kind of wanted to check on you guys, and know how you're doing. You know, we are in the ninth month of the year, 3 months more, and the year 2023 is over forever. Like, it's gone out, nada. Like, you get take it back. So I guess I just wanted to do a video to see how you guys are doing. What has been your plan so far in the beginning of the year? Are you meeting those goals? Are you meeting your expectations? And all. For me, the year has been wonderful. Yeah, I can see that because of the year I started a new business, started Joella Foods, posted some of my content here, and Joella Food came out of a conversation from a women's meeting, and I was having a conversation with my husband, and the business idea just dropped, and he just said it, and I was like, this thing makes sense, I can do this thing. And out of the blues, I just, initially I was waiting for a particular amount of money. Okay, I'll get this. One thing about business owners or entrepreneurs is sometimes we delay business because we feel like we need to get 1 million naira or 100,000 naira to do that business. Sometimes you don't even need that much money. Just start. And also myself, okay, sometimes I bake. So Joella Foods, basically what I do is I do chin chin, I do plantain chips, I do ginger drink and zobo. So these are 4 products we have, and our chin chin is in vanilla flavor, spicy flavor. Our chips is in spicy and plain. Our ginger and zobo drink very rich. I can boldly say that. So basically, yeah, and I was like, okay, I bake from time to time. Let me see some of the things that I have already in my house, like things pertaining to baking, that I already have at home that I don't necessarily need to get in the market. And I was like, okay, I have this, I have that, okay. And that's how I started. I literally started from no particular capital. Not like I had capital per se. I didn't really have any capital that I put down. I just, took money from here, took money from there, that I'll keep for work, for what do you call it, for transport. I was like, okay, let me just start this thing. And that's how I started, basically. And sincerely, I can sincerely say I have no regrets. It's been one of the best decisions of my life, and I'm grateful for my husband. Who was very supportive when he saw that this man is serious, and he was supportive. And our ginger drink is inspired by the Sierra Leonean ginger beer, because my husband is Sierra Leonean. So our ginger drink is basically Sierra Leonean recipe with a little twist. And so God has been good, that's there. And as much as possible, currently try to so Joella Foods is not only the business my family has. We have little business here and there. So we're like, okay, why register so many businesses? Let's make it a compound name. Sometime last year, I'd registered Joella Restaurant and Lounge, and that's a dream I have, and I hope that one day God gives me the finance to be able to, because I try to get grants, and nobody is willing to give you almost 20 million naira, just like that. And yeah, I wanted to do a restaurant. The goal was to do a Christian restaurant, to have Christian themed restaurant. So everybody's welcome, whether you're Christian or not Christian. But the goal is to be the light, in the restaurant space, have an ambience where people will come with God-inspired themes, on the wall, to inspire you. You will come, in, and gospel music is played, you know, on the go, whether it's worship, whether it's praise, all manner of gospel music, basically, you know, is going to be playing, in the background and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's the other restaurant. And the lounge was supposed to be like um non-alcoholic drinks, so it's just gonna be cocktails. Say cocktails, yeah, we could do cocktails, but non-alcoholic cocktails. But most I say any tail, so to say, that does not have alcohol is not a cocktail, it's a mocktail. So basically mocktails, smoothies, fresh drinks, fresh juices, and stuff like that. But we just wanted to create want to be the light in the restaurant face, and just what's the word, um be the lights, in the restaurant face. And for me that's key. Be the lights, so many restaurants and lounges especially, you see so many immoral acts happen there, and I just wanted to create a space where Christians can go. Most Christians don't go to lounges and restaurants, reason being because if you are genuinely born again in this era, it's almost difficult to go to a restaurant lounge because you see people dressing indecently, committing all manner of atrocities here and there. So, because you want to stay sane and you want to stay rapturable, you will not go to those places because you don't want to, what's the word? You don't want to be influenced by those things or corrupted by what you see, because the eyes has a photographic memory that tends to remember what it sees. So you don't want to scar yourself in that light. So basically you will not want to go to those places. So we want to create an ambience where Christians can actually, and sometimes Christians want to go out, but you're looking like, how will I go that will not be a stain on my Christian life? So we wanted Joella, that was the goal, and my husband had, to have Joella restaurants and lounge be that light. And we will do that. That business will come to light. That business will come to light. It's just so if you're out there and God is speaking to you to give us 50 million to open Joella restaurant and lounge, we will be glad. All the works, are just packed in a file. All the ideas are there, ready to be executed. It's just finance that is the major issue. Just like for every, I know business like that are big businesses, are usually capital intensive, and those are challenges. Sometimes for Christians that want to go into businesses like that, they don't have the capital to start that business, and because of that, they can't really venture into that business, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's that. So like I said, I just want to say hi, know how you guys are doing. One of the things that has been so what's the word, heavy in my heart this period, in a good heavy, not bad heavy though, is the story of the life of Esther in the Bible. The Bible talks about Esther being an orphan, and I lost her parents and was adopted by Uncle Mordecai, and at the point where Vashti had disobeyed the king, and the king's men had encouraged the king to relinquish her power as queen. At that time there was a vacant position, and they had wanted veggies in the land, and Esther happened to, the uncle allowed her to jump into that space, that opportunity to actually be queen in the land of Babylon at that time. And fast forward, most of us know the story for Christian birth of people or Bible readers. And Esther, is chosen by the king, gets married and stuff. Then another challenge comes. Haman comes and wants to wipe out all the Jews, and Mordecai comes and tells her, "Who knows if it was such a time as this, God has put you in this position so that you will deliver your people from this, calamity that will befall them." And so Esther has to go to work and reach out to the to what they call it, to the Israelites to pray fast and pray, for 3 days, and before she appears before the king, and she goes to the king. And normally in the rule of Israelites, you don't, sorry, I said Israelites, but Babylon, you don't go to see the king if he does not request from you. So, and if you go see him and he does not welcome you, death on the spot. So, be queen, wherever you are, that was just a rule. And Babylon had a law. Once the rule has come, they can't really revoke it. It is what it was, what signed, sealed, delivered, something like that. So by and large, Esther goes, the king sees and immediately beckons on her with the golden scepter. She comes, she touches, and the king was like, my queen, what do you want? Please, half of my kingdom, I'll give to you. And I'm like, geez, this man is offering to give her half of his kingdom. This is a lady that is an orphan. I was adopted by her uncle. A nobody. Literally a captured, her lineage was a captives of war. That Babylon had, had victory over Israel and then taken captives. So like they were war captives in a strange land, and this girl goes from a nobody to being a queen to being to being to the king offering her half of his kingdom. And for me that was just awesome to see how God transited I guess from her being an orphan to being queen to giving the opportunity to be given half of the kingdom. If she had said yes, the king would have very well given her, but that was not the goal. And we know the end of the story. The plot to kill the Jews was revoked, and Haman and his family were hung in the gallows that they had planned for Mordecai and the Jews. And it just shows, Esther life is a typical example of uncommon favor. And I'm like, if this lady could command such favor, I want to command such favor. And one of the things, beyond the surface, one of the things I saw about her life was she was intentional. Very first thing, one, she listened to her uncle. The Bible says, honor your parents in the Lord, that your days might be long on earth. She actually listened to her uncle, and and the uncle had told her then, sorry, when she was going to be given crown queen. Before that, in that incident, told her, when you get to that place, do not let them know where you're from. Don't disclose. And you wonder how the king got married to Esther without knowing her language. Like people that are married, that it's customary for the families to find out where this person is from. Is it from a good family? Is it from a reputable family? Can the family be trusted? Will he take care of our daughter? Will she take care of our son? All that, blah, 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 blah. And Esther had been taken, selected, and they didn't know where she was from. So meaning God had done it so much that where she was from was not a requirement for where God had positioned her, because she was favored by God to be in that place at that time. So whether she was whether she was Jewish, the king did not even care to know where she was from. What I think was that he was going to make her queen, and he did. Then another thing that I saw, I would say she got the eunuch that was in charge of the ladies that were to be selected, automatically loved Esther. Loved her. Right on the spot. And he loved her so much. Not like loved her. Okay, let me say he liked her. Let me not use the word love. I think love is too. But like Bible also mentioned that when every lady was to go see the king before being selected, they would ask, I want this, maybe I want lingerie, I want this perfume or that, and we provided for them whatever they needed. But Bible says that when it got to Esther time, everything the eunuch gave her, she collected, and she asked for nothing. Esther trusted the fact that for this guy to be in charge of taking care of the king's maidens, there was something the king saw in him. Meaning that he was skillful, was a professional at his work. So every of his professional advice was 100. I didn't need to add from it. I didn't need to remove from it. I just needed to follow. And so Bible says Esther had collected everything the eunuch had given her. She didn't request for anything. So there was no jara. She just took it and said, yeah, I'm running with it. And she took it and she appeared before the king, and the king fell in love. So things, just to note down, things that Esther did that made her, command so much favor. One, she listened to her uncle who was like a father to her. She listened, she obeyed. And one of the things that, and I also was victim of that, our parents were advisors and reforming. I know I'm not an adult, forgetting that they were once like you. And mistakes that you're not supposed to make because they've already made them, you end up making them because you choose not to listen. So she listened to the counsel of her uncle at every time, even when what's the word? Israel was supposed to be killed by Haman, and the uncle had told her, who knows whether God puts you at such a time as this? Rise up, Esther. She listened. She listened to the eunuch. She took professional advice about beauty because she knew nothing about it. So she didn't take, she didn't minus, she didn't add from it. She just listened. She just took it. That's two. 3, she understood the power of prayer. She understood that the spiritual controls the physical, and that as man, being man that he is, man is a spiritual being. And because man is a spiritual being, he is controlled by the spirit and not by the flesh. And if he's controlled by his spirit, it therefore means that I, as a child of God, has to be intentional about my spirit life or my spiritual life. She understood. And when she saw like this thing that I'm being asked of is a lot, and I can't do this by my own ability, I need to go to my inner room. As a child of God, how is your prayer life? How is your... We're not talking about corporate prayer. Corporate prayers are good, but personally, how much time do you take to spend time in God? Bible says He created us for fellowship. That's the main purpose why He created us. It's not about you. He created us for fellowship. The question is, how deliberate are you about your prayer life? She was intentional about her prayer life. She didn't take it for granted, and we see the results. Being offered half of the kingdom of Babylon. She had not even said the word. The king was even the one that was rushing, like he was in a hurry. And that's what favor does. It makes whether your enemy or your friend to be in a hurry to bless you. So these are 3 things I like to say. There's so many other things, but I don't want this video to be too long. It's already long that I had anticipated for. I hope this leaves you with something, So that's what has been yearning in my heart this month, to just command such favor in every aspect of my life. Academically, so in case I choose for that, because now it's money that is my head. Career-wise, business-wise, everywhere, to experience God favor, like the way Esther experienced. Because Esther is not a fiction, somebody's actual life, like she lived. You get, so the Bible was not like the writing film or storybook. She actually lived that life to experience that kind of life and grace. So if you are stated this time, I believe that you were blessed, and I pray that this blesses you. So if you are blessed by this, please share with your friends, your family, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, I'm making you. It's not too much. Just click the subscribe button, turn on notification button, so that anytime I post a video, you get to see it. And so till I come your way next time, hopefully sooner than now, stay blessed, stay focused, stay favored. Bye.